that product in your shopping cart with "natural" on the label? According to the FDA's own documents, the term "natural" on food packaging has no official definition and is essentially unregulated, which means food manufacturers can slap it on almost anything and get away with it. And here's what should make you furious. According to research published in the National Institutes of Health and Analysis from Oklahoma State University, consumers consistently pay premium prices for products labeled "natural" while having no idea what they're actually buying. The word has become the food industry's most profitable loophole. University Hospitals reports that misleading food labels, including the overuse of "natural," are a major barrier to people making informed purchasing decisions. Like, you think you're buying something wholesome and minimally processed? What you're actually getting is a heavily marketed product that may be no different than the conventional version sitting right next to it. Brand number 3 is sold at every health food store in America, costs twice as much as comparable products, and has "natural" plastered all over the packaging. And when you flip it around and read the actual ingredient list, you'll see exactly how meaningless that word has become. Brand number 10, natural flavored. Sparkling water. This is the one in the colorful can with flavors like cherry, lime, or mango. It's positioned as a healthy soda alternative. 0 calories, 0 sugar, refreshing and natural. The label suggests pure natural fruit flavor, nothing artificial, clean ingredients, but according to FDA guidance on natural labeling, natural flavors listed in the ingredient list can be derived from almost anything, plant, animal, or microbial sources, as long as the flavoring substance itself came from something that was once natural before being heavily processed. The evidence shows that natural flavors can involve extensive chemical processing, extraction, and manipulation in laboratories to create flavor compound. According to Oklahoma State University research, consumers interpret natural flavors to mean fruit extracts or essential oils, but the reality is often synthetic-tasting compounds derived from natural sources through industrial processing. So what is this? You're paying premium prices for flavored water because the can says "natural," but the flavoring has been so processed and engineered that it bears little resemblance to actual fruit. You could buy unflavored sparkling water and add a squeeze of real lemon for less money and more actual naturalness. Bottom line, natural flavors is food industry code for "we made this taste in a lab, but the original source material came from nature at some point." But at least flavored water is relatively harmless. The next category actively deceives about processing levels. Brand number 9, natural granola and cereal bars. This is the one in earth tone packaging with images of oats, nuts, and honey. It's marketed as wholesome, natural energy, simple ingredients you can recognize. The claim is natural sweeteners, whole grains, but clean energy. But according to University Hospital's analysis of misleading labels, many natural granola bars contain highly processed ingredients, including brown rice syrup, which is just as processed as high fructose corn syrup, isolated soy protein, and vegetable oils that have been refined, bleached, and deodorized. The evidence from PubMed research shows that consumers perceive natural granola bars as significantly healthier than conventional ones, even when the nutritional profiles are nearly identical. The natural label creates an expectation of minimal processing that the actual product doesn't deliver. According to the FDA's informal guidance, these manufacturers can claim natural because they're not using explicitly synthetic additives, but they're using heavily processed versions of natural ingredients, which achieves the same shelf-stable, hyper-palatable result. The real impact is that you're paying 2 to 3 times more for a product that's been just as processed as the conventional version. The brown rice syrup instead of corn syrup doesn't make it less processed. It makes it more expensive to produce, which is why you're paying the premium. Verdict: natural on a granola bar means you're paying extra for a different source of the same processed ingredient. And this brings us to products where the deception gets more calculated. Brand number 8, natural fruit snacks and gummies. This is the one marketed to parents with kids. Positioned as real fruit flavor, natural colors, better for you candy alternative. The label suggests fruit-based, naturally colored, wholesome snacking. But according to Oklahoma State University's research on food labeling, natural fruit snacks are still predominantly sugar, often from fruit juice concentrate, which sounds natural but is just concentrated fruit sugar, gelatin, and natural flavors and colors that have been heavily processed. The evidence shows that manufacturers replace artificial colors like Red 40 with natural colors extracted from beets, turmeric, or purple carrot. According to FDA guidance, this allows them to claim natural, but the extraction and processing of these colors is still industrial-scale chemistry. The end product, gummy candy, is just as processed and sugary as conventional version. University Hospital specifically warns that products marketed as made with real fruit can contain as little as 2 to 5% actual fruit, each with the rest being fruit juice concentrate, stripped of fiber and nutrients, added sugars, and gelling agents. The natural claim is technically defensible but functionally misleading. The so what is brutal. Parents pay premium prices thinking they're giving their kids something healthier than conventional gummy candy. In reality, they're getting the exact same sugar delivery system with natural sourced colors instead of synthetic ones. The impact on kids' teeth and blood sugar is identical. Bottom line, naturally colored sugar is still sugar. The natural label is selling peace of mind to parents, not better nutrition. But at least gummies are obviously treats. The next category pretends to be wholesome meal components. Yeah, brand number 7, natural, deli meats and lunch meats. This is the one in the refrigerated section with natural and no artificial preservatives prominently displayed. It's positioned as cleaner protein, better choice for sandwiches, family-friendly. The claim is no nitrates, no nitrites, no artificial preservatives, natural ingredient. But according to FDA labeling guidance, natural deli meats can still contain celery powder or celery juice, which naturally contains high levels of nitrates that convert to nitrites during processing, achieving the same preservation effect as synthetic sodium nitrite. The evidence from PubMed research shows that nitrates from celery powder convert to nitrites in the body exactly the same way synthetic nitrites do. The health concerns that led consumers to avoid conventional deli meats, potential links to certain health risks from nitrite consumption, apply equally to natural versions using celery powder. According to Oklahoma State University's analysis, this is a textbook example of misleading labeling. The product claims no added nitrates or nitrites except those naturally occurring in celery powder, which sounds better but delivers the same compound through a natural source instead of a synthetic one. The real impact is that health-conscious shoppers pay 50 to 100% more for natural deli meat, thinking they're avoiding nitrites, when they're actually consuming them from a different source. The only difference is the price and the marketing. Verdict: natural deli meat uses natural sources of the same preservatives you're trying to avoid. Now, you're paying more for identical chemistry with better branding. And now we're entering the territory where natural claims become actively deceptive rather than just misleading. Brand number 6, all natural, peanut butter with added oils and sugars. This is the one that sits in the natural foods section with all natural on the label, positioned as better for you peanut butter, wholesome and simple. The label suggests pure peanuts, natural ingredients, nothing artificial. But according to University Hospital's guidance on misleading labels, many all-natural peanut butters contain added palm oil to prevent separation, added sugar or honey for sweetness, and salt, making them functionally identical to conventional peanut butter with the same emulsifiers and sweeteners. The evidence shows that because palm oil, sugar, and salt are all technically natural ingredients derived from plants, manufacturers can claim all natural even when the product has been formulated and processed in the same ways as conventional versions. According to FDA informal guidance, this use of natural is defensible because nothing synthetic has been added, but it completely contradicts consumer expectation. Oklahoma State University research demonstrates that consumers expect all natural peanut butter to contain just peanuts, maybe salt. When they discover added oils and sugars, they feel deceived. But the label didn't technically lie because those additives came from natural sources. So what is this? You're paying premium prices for peanut butter that's been engineered to mimic conventional smooth peanut butter's texture and taste, just using natural sourced additives instead of synthetic ones. The processing level is the same. The only difference is the ingredient sourcing and the price tag. Bottom line, if you want actual natural peanut butter, the ingredient list should say peanuts and nothing else. If there's more than that, natural is doing marketing work, not describing the product, and the pattern is becoming impossible to ignore. The next product takes this deception even further. Brand number 5, natural chips and snacks, made with natural oil. This is the one in the health food aisle with cooked in natural oils or no artificial ingredients on the bag. It's positioned as better snacking, cleaner ingredients, guilt-free indulgence. The claim is natural ingredients, cooked in healthier oils, real food. But according to FDA guidance, natural oils can include heavily refined sunflower oil, safflower oil, or canola oil that have been chemically extracted, bleached, and deodorized. the same industrial processing as conventional vegetable oil. The evidence from Oklahoma State University shows that consumers interpret natural oils to mean minimally processed oils like olive or coconut oil. In reality, according to University Hospital's analysis, these chips are often cooked in the same refined seed oils as conventional chips, just sourced from plants the manufacturer labels as natural. PubMed research demonstrates that the health halo of natural labeling leads consumers to eat larger portions of these snacks, believing they're healthier alternatives, but the calorie, fat, and sodium content is typically identical to conventional chips, meaning the natural label actually contributes to overconsumption. The real impact is that you're eating the same fried potato chips you would have eaten anyway, just paying 40% more because the bag says natural. The oil has been processed the same way, the chips have been fried the same way, and your body processes them the same way. Verdict: natural on a chip bag is purely marketing. Fried potatoes in refined oil are fried potatoes in refined oil, regardless of whether the source materials had natural stamped on them. And now we're hitting the top 5, where the deception becomes even more systematic. Brand number 4, natural sweetened beverages and teas. This is the one in the glass bottle with naturally sweetened or no artificial sweeteners on the label. It's positioned as refreshing, better than soda, natural hydration. The label suggests natural ingredients, real cane sugar, authentic flavors. But according to University Hospital's analysis of misleading labels, naturally sweetened typically means cane sugar, honey, or fruit juice concentrate, all of which are just as caloric, just as likely to spike blood sugar, and just as processed as high fructose corn syrup. The evidence shows that consumers perceive naturally sweetened beverages as healthier alternatives to conventionally sweetened sodas, according to Oklahoma State University research. But a bottle sweetened with 40 grams of organic cane sugar affects your body identically to a bottle sweetened with 40 grams of corn syrup. Your pancreas doesn't care about the source, it responds to the glucose. According to FDA informal guidance, manufacturers can claim natural as long as the sweetener comes from a natural source. This allows them to market sugar-loaded beverages as wholesome alternatives while delivering the same metabolic impact as conventional sodas. So what is this? You're paying premium prices for boutique sodas, thinking you're making a healthier choice. In reality, you're consuming the same amount of sugar with the same health consequences, just from cane plants instead of corn. The natural label is selling you permission to drink sugar. Bottom line, naturally sourced sugar is still sugar. The impact on your blood sugar, weight, and metabolic health is identical regardless of whether the label says natural. But at least sweetened beverages acknowledge they contain sugar. And the next category hides it behind natural health. Brand number 3, natural protein and nutrition bars. This is the one sold at health food stores and gym checkout counters with all natural ingredients and no artificial anything stamped across the wrapper. It's positioned as clean nutrition, whole food energy, fitness fuel. The claim is whole food ingredients, natural protein sources, clean energy. But according to PubMed research on consumer perceptions, natural protein bars often contain brown rice syrup, chicory root fiber, and natural flavor, all heavily processed ingredients that achieve the same functional results as synthetic versions. The evidence from University Hospital shows that brown rice syrup is just as processed as corn syrup, created through enzymatic breakdown of rice starches into simple sugars. And chicory root fiber is an isolated, processed fiber additive that causes digestive distress in many people. Natural flavors are laboratory-created compounds. None of these ingredients exist in nature in the forms used in these bars. According to Oklahoma State University research, consumers buying natural protein bars believe they're getting minimally processed whole foods. In reality, they're getting ultra-processed products that use natural-sourced ingredients to achieve the same texture, shelf stability, and hyper-palatable taste as conventional versions. The real impact is that fitness-focused consumers and health-conscious shoppers pay premium prices thinking they're fueling their bodies with clean nutrition. And what they're actually eating is an engineered food product that happens to use brown rice syrup instead of corn syrup and natural flavors instead of artificial ones. Verdict: natural on a protein bar means you're paying extra for the same processing with different source ingredient. Your body can't tell the difference, and we're down to the final 2, the brands where natural labeling reaches peak deception. Brand number 2, all natural, frozen meals and entrees. This is the one in the freezer aisle with all natural and no preservatives prominently displayed. It's positioned as wholesome frozen food, family dinner solution, better than takeout. The label suggests minimally processed, preservative-free, real food ingredients. But according to FDA guidance on natural labeling, these frozen meals can still contain high sodium levels, added sugars, refined oils, and multiple processed ingredients, as long as none of them are explicitly synthetic. The evidence from university hospitals shows that all natural frozen meals often contain 800 to 1,200 milligrams of sodium, achieved through salt, which is natural, added sugars from cane juice or honey, and vegetable oils that have been heavily refined. According to PubMed research, consumers perceive these meals as significantly healthier than conventional frozen meals, even when nutritional analysis shows minimal differences. Oklahoma State University research demonstrates that the natural label creates a health halo so powerful that consumers overlook nutrition facts panels entirely. They see all natural and assume the product is better, without checking that it contains the same sodium, sugar, and calories as conventional frozen dinner. What is devastating. Families trying to make better choices grab natural frozen meals thinking they're avoiding the worst aspects of processed food, but they're paying premium prices for products that achieve the same shelf stability, the same hyper-palatable flavors, and the same nutritional compromises as conventional versions, just using ingredients sourced from plants instead of synthesis labs. Bottom line, all natural on a frozen meal is the food industry's most profitable lie. It promises clean eating while delivering the same ultra-processed convenience food you were trying to avoid. And now we've reached number 1, the category where natural labeling is most systematically deceptive. Brand number 1, natural and organic candy and sweets. This is it, the absolute worst. The candy in the health food section with organic, all natural, and no artificial colors on the wrapper. It's positioned as better candy, guilt-free treats, wholesome indulgence for kids. The label suggests natural ingredients, organic sweetener, colors from fruits and vegetables, better for you sweet. But according to every source, FDA guidance, PubMed research, Oklahoma State University, and University Hospital, natural and organic candy is still candy. The sugar is still sugar. The calories are still empty calories. The dental impact is still identical. The evidence is damning across every measure. According to PubMed research, consumers perceive organic and natural candy as healthier and are more likely to give it to children regularly, believing it's a better option than conventional candy. But organic cane sugar affects blood glucose identically to conventional sugar. Natural fruit-based colors are still just colorants. Organic gelatin is still gelatin. University Hospital specifically identifies this category as one of the most misleading because it exploits parental guilt and desire to make better choices. Parents who would limit conventional candy consumption give natural/organic versions more freely, believing they're making a healthier choice when the nutritional impact is identical. According to FDA informal guidance on natural, candy manufacturers can claim their products are natural as long as the sugar, colors, and flavors come from plant sources rather than synthesis. This creates a product that is functionally identical to conventional candy in every way that matters: calories, sugar content, lack of nutrition, dental effects, while commanding premium prices and creating a false sense of wholesomeness. Oklahoma State University research shows this is where the natural label does the most damage. It gives permission. Parents who would never buy a conventional candy bar buy the organic dark chocolate with natural sweeteners version without guilt. Kids consume the same amount of sugar, the same empty calories, and the same blood sugar spikes. But the parents feel better about it because the label said natural. The so what is generational. We're teaching children that as long as candy is labeled natural or organic, it's an acceptable regular snack. We're paying premium prices to feel better about giving kids sugar, and the food industry is laughing all the way to the bank while contributing to the same pediatric obesity and metabolic issues that conventional candy creates. Bottom line, organic sugar is still sugar. Natural candy labeling changes the fact that these are empty calorie treats that should be occasional indulgences, not regular snacks with a health halo. Outrow bottom line, natural is the food industry's most successful regulatory loophole and most profitable marketing lie. It has no legal definition, no enforcement, no meaningful requirements, which is exactly why manufacturers use it on everything from candy to frozen dinner. According to FDA acknowledgement, PubMed research, and analysis from Oklahoma State University and university hospitals, the natural label exists solely to exploit consumer perceptions, while delivering products that are just as processed as conventional versions. You pay more, you get the same thing, and food companies profit from your desire to make better choices. You don't need to eliminate packaged foods, but you do need to understand that natural on a label is marketing language, not a meaningful descriptor of the product inside. So here's my question. What natural products are in your pantry right now that you bought thinking they were better than conventional options? Comment the brand, and let's talk about whether you're paying for real differences or just clever marketing. If this video changed how you read food labels, hit subscribe. Tomorrow, we're exposing organic claims that don't mean what you think they mean, and trust me, the regulatory loopholes are even more shocking. See you then.